Now that we've learned about what managers do and what the characteristics are of good managerial accountants, and we've compared and contrasted financial and managerial accounting, let's talk about some of the trends in business today that managers need to be aware of and accountants as well. One of the first things we want to talk about is something called ERP, or Enterprise Resource Planning. This is using computers to help coordinate and integrate all the elements of a business to get the maximum efficiency out there. This is very popular, started with companies like Walmart, with logistics and production and things along those lines. So it's definitely something that will help save money, which accountants are all about. Then we have the concept of just-in-time management. This was developed over in Japan. It basically says that we only try to buy things when we've received an order from a customer. If you think about the industries of Japan, they're primarily going to be technology-based. And we know that if you barely blink, technology has changed. So having big warehouses full of hard drives or computer chips don't really do you much good when the technology changes and your entire inventory is obsolete. So just-in-time management is about reducing inventory and creating a constant flow of goods, providing customers with the highest quality product available. Now, also looking to computers is the concept of e-commerce. We know everyone buys from Amazon and orders most of their Christmas presents online. So e-commerce allows us to do worldwide business without having to be physically present in all those places. Now, with all this being said, business has changed a lot in the way it's evaluated. Years ago, the only way in which a business was evaluated was, could it generate a profit? Basically based on financial measures. So that's understandable. But in recent years, because businesses aren't supposed to be just strictly into money, they are also being responsible for having a positive impact on the people and the places where they are. So we have what's called the new triple bottom line: profits, people, and planet. So profits easy, right? Net income, more revenues than expenses. When we're dealing with people, what we want to have is we want to have a positive impact on our employees and the community. So this is where you see Target adopting schools, and you see Home Depot and Lowe's doing Habitat for Humanity. We're going out there and making a positive impact, not just, taking money from the people as consumers, but also giving back to the community. And then we have the planet aspect. Are we protecting the planet? So are we using safe chemicals? Are we recycling? Are we using green technology and products? So are we doing less harm or maybe no harm and actually improving? Years ago, we had mining companies that would do what they call strip mining. Rather than just going into the earth and taking out the coal, they would just dig huge holes and leave these big voids. Nowadays, they actually have to fill it back in. And when forestry companies go in and cut down forests, they have to replant them. So we have this idea of social as well as ecological responsibility. A few other things: total quality management. Total quality management's a really easy thing because it's extremely literal, as most things are in accounting. Total means everyone, quality means doing it right, and management is people. So what total quality management is getting everybody in the organization involved in making sure that the highest quality product and the best customer experience is given. So continual improvement, everybody involved. Now, how do we know who's who? Well, in organization charts, it allows us to understand the reports and where the direct line of responsibility falls. So in business, staff positions support the people who do the main job. So let's take HCC, for example. Things like the bookstore, the libraries, advisors, financial aid. All of these people are responsible for helping the college get the students their education. Now, who's responsible for the student's education? Well, I'll take credit for that because first it's the professors. And then from the professors, it goes to the deans. From the deans, it goes to the campus presidents and on up the line. So these are the people that are responsible for making sure you get an education. And then who are the people that support us? I'll tell you right now, while it's important for me to be here to teach you, I couldn't do any of it unless our computer support department have all the technology in the classroom, and that the bookstore had your books there, and that the library was available for you to go ahead and to do your research.